Chris Stocker Design. Let's make let's resize this image and put a watermark on it for the internet. Now we'll do it on this should be, we should be able to play it on landscape and portrait images. Anyway, this is how to do it. First of all, we'll create a new folder, action folder, and we'll call it watermark, water. Let's just call it water. Now we'll make a new action here by clicking the little paling page icon. Let's call it portrait. Let's go to the image size, make it, what is it for the square space, is 1500, isn't it? Let's do that, 1500. I've already copied something to my pasteboard, so I'll paste that in, which is my logo, 50%, make it 50%. Right, now we need to deselect those. Let's go into the background and make it a transparent, it's a floating layer, not a background layer. There we go. So now they're both layers, floating layers that is. Select all. Now we'll go over to the alignment and align it to the bottom and to the right. And there it is. Now we'll deselect everything. Okay. Now we will hold the Option key and the bracket key once, twice to select that this layer here. It's always better to use key commands. Right, so hold down Shift and the arrow keys, knock it over a couple of times and up a couple of times. That's done. Let's do one for the landscape. Right, let's make sure I'm in water. There we are. Land for landscape. Alright, let's do this. Image size 1500. Command V, paste that down. What did I do? Make it 50%, didn't I? So I've done this in slightly the wrong order now. Doesn't matter. Select, deselect layers. Just make sure that I've got that background. That's a floating layer. Now I need to select them all and hit the align to bottom and right. Now deselect all layers, Option and bracket key. Once, twice to select that layer. Shift up twice over. Now that's that layer done. That macro done. Right. Now we need to create a new one. Call it if. Oh dear, not there. Let's select the water layer again. If. There we go. It's recording it in the right place. Let's go to conditional mode change. Insert conditional. So there's all sorts of things here. You can say if it's 8-bit, do this, and if it's not 8-bit, do that. In this case, we're saying, or RGB or CMYK. If the document is landscape, then play the landscape one, and if it's not, play portrait. So, okay, that's done now. Now let's try. I've tried this I've tried to record this tutorial about 3 or 4 times. It didn't work, but I think it was because I had something similarly named in here. So let's hope it's that. Let's try it. So we'll go into. Let's close these down. I don't really need them. Don't save. Don't save. Right, let's give it a go. Let's go to automate. No, let's go to script, image processor, select that folder, mark it to, that's it. Stick it in test results. Make sure I've got, selected this watermark. So I've got to select watermark, which is correct, and I need to not select portrait or landscape, but if. Let's give it let's run it. It's not working, is it? Or is it? Alright, let's see. So here are the results folder. And it's worked, yeah, great. I had 2 watermarks with exactly the same naming convention. I think that's what happened. Right, so that's put it in the right place on the portrait. Remember, I ran it on a mixed bag of images, so I didn't. So I ran this on a mixture of portraits and landscapes, and it's put the logo in the right place on both. Because it's known, it's selected the right macro for the right image, so it recognised whether it was a landscape or a portrait and applied the appropriate macro. So yeah, so it's worked. Good. This is through market in my hometown. On Sunday they have a market, and it's quite good fun, as you can see. Gets quite busy. But there, that's how that works. Thanks.